Hello, everyone. How are you? I hope you are well. If not, remember Sudarshan Kriya, the breathwork technique from the art of living, works wonders to help you uplift your energy, your prana, life energy every day, and feel your best. So, today I thought I will share with you things that I like about Switzerland. My last video, I talked about things that I don't like. I'll do a part two because the list is huge. And today, to come to balance it out, let us talk about the things that I like about Switzerland. I love nature. If you are a nature lover, if you love going to the mountains, if you like the forest, even in the city, in every corner you have a forest, you have green pastures, you have the cows. The cows are very beautiful. They have big eyelashes, they look at you firm. So you can easily indulge into nature, relax, disconnect without having to go far away. In other countries, you have to, or cities, you have like to travel 1 hour away from the city, to go to the mountains, to be in a place with nature. So it's really, really very, very nice. And if you like the Alps, like I do, fantastic. I don't ski, but I go hiking, and I like doing as well snowshoeing, and I like doing schlittern. I don't know how is it called in English. Um, trenches. I think it's called in English. Like Papa Noel, that he goes in those things. That's that's um, that's what we have here in Switzerland as well in the summer. It's very, very fun. You become like children again. It's just very, very nice. The winter here, I love the winters here. It's like Disneyland. When you go to the mountains, everything. If you stay in the cities, everything gray and depressed. But if you go to the mountains, it's everything white. The sun is shining. You can do the spas. The spas are very nice. Another thing that I love about Switzerland, the air is fresh. It's just wonderland. It's like a typical Walt Disney movie. The snow. That's what you see here in Switzerland in winter time. And if you like snowing, it's paradise here. Because the Alps, they are very high. Not even the Alps from South Tyrol or Italy or Germany are so high as the one in Switzerland. People come here because the Alps are very, very high, even though they have mountains, Alps in their countries as well. So if you are into ski, it's really very nice. And altogether, if you are a nature lover, is just heaven. Another thing that I like is that, you know there is there's security. Like for instance, I don't believe in an employment, filing for unemployment, but there is a system for that. And it's quite good. You get how much? 80% if you are married of what you have been paying, to as a of your salary, more or less. And then if you are single, you pay 70. If you are single without children, you make only 70% for unemployment. And unemployment is it's quite long. It's like 420 days here in Switzerland if you have been working at least for a year. So if you compare it to other countries, like just in the UK, where you get very, very little money, and it's not for that long period of time. That is very good. Also, you have a system to help you, in finding another job. Like the employment system is not just, you get registered and you get your money. They really help you with coaching, with psychologists if you need help, emotional help courses. They really help you in building yourself up holistically so that you can become aware, an employable and a valuable member of society. So it is, I mean, of society. If you excuse me, if you are unemployed, unless you work for yourself. Excuse me. If you work for yourself, you don't have unemployment here in Switzerland. But if you have been working in a company, and the idea is for you to continue join a company, then you need to be well, to be fit, apply for jobs and so on, and they'll help you with all of that. So it is quite good in that regard. Also, what I like about Switzerland, the salaries here are quite good if you don't get someone who exploits you, who abuses you, Overall, salaries are quite decent, and the country is expensive. But when you go abroad, for instance, everything is so cheap. In majority of the not all countries, but majority of the countries, because the salaries here are quite low, and the quality of living is quite, salaries are quite high, and the quality of living is quite high. So that's quite good. Also, what I like about Switzerland is that everything works quite quick. You know, like if you need, for instance, a doctor appointment, you can have it today, you can have it tomorrow, because the doctors here, because there's no social system here, like in other countries, Spain and Italy. The doctors here, they have their own practice, and sometimes you have like a big practice with different doctors, like anesthesiologist, like a dermatologist, the cardiologist, and maybe they work there full time, or they work there and then they work one part time, and then they work in another practices. So it's very, when it comes to accessing services, it's quite quick. If you go, for instance, as well, to the government house, to get your ID, your ID renovated, or to register yourself, it's quite quick. You don't have to wait there, you don't have to queue for hours to get any type of service. That's really very, very nice. What I like as well about Switzerland is that it's in the middle of Europe. So if you want to go to other countries like Italy, you can just go in 3 hours and a half. France, another 3 hours and a half. Munich, another 3 hours and a half. And with the flight, it's very, very fast. To London in 1 hour and 40 minutes. Barcelona, the same. Amsterdam, 1 hour and 15 minutes. It's quite good. And I know, this brings me to the other thing that I like about Switzerland is the public transportation. The trains, like in Italy, to go from Zurich train station to Italy train station, you go with the train, direct train, 3.5 hours, and it's very comfortable. It takes you less time than if you will fly, for instance. If you will fly, you will get to the airport, which is out of the city of Milan. But with the train, it's very nice. It's very good. It's very comfortable. There are frequent. There are frequent trains. The public transportation, even for short trips, it's quite good. The buses, are punctual. Yes, they are full. It depends on the timing, but altogether they ensure that they have enough buses for the times when there are a lot of people, and less buses for the time when there's not a lot of people. And so, yeah, and they make it really easy. So, like, I have my nearest train station is like 6 7 minutes away. If I like 10 minutes if I walk very, very slow, like for a very slow person. But there is, my building is new, and there is where, what's the name? There is a bus station. A bus station was created when my building was done. Was created just in front of my building. Or in other places probably they wouldn't do that, because, like, well, you have the train station 8 minutes away. But no, they create even that line, that specific line. So they make everything very easy, very accessible, very close, because they have people as well who are older, or maybe people who cannot work for any reason, and then you can take the bus. It's very, very accessible. This leads me to another topic that is very accessible. for a lot of people, like if you are not physical mobile, if you have any type of disease and you cannot work and you need help, you need support, you have the social support, it's very very accessible. This brings me to another point. Here is it's a country that even though you pay a lot, it's very hard, that you will find people on the street. There are a few people on the street, but it's very hard that you will land on the street. There is this social system that in the as the last resource you can reach out to, for help if you don't have, if you run out of employment and you don't have money to pay your food, your bills and everything. You can you can land there in this social help place, and they can help you again. They give you a little bit of money to pay your your rent, your insurance. Some people have the abuse of that, but I mean, generally speaking, it works quite well. It's not like in Germany. In Germany, I've heard that like there is that, and people abuse it really really a lot. In Switzerland, I don't think that's the case. It's a little bit more controlled. And yeah, this is, I will say, yeah, I will say for now, this is the video that I have about things that I like about Switzerland. Maybe I'll do a part two as well. But yeah, on the top of my head, this is what I can think about. Thank you very much for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Bye.